Welcome back viewers. In today's video we are going to check out the Garuda KDE-GIT desktop. So Garuda offers a KDE-GIT version of the KDE desktop. So that is also a minimal desktop. So it offers minimal approach to the application packaging. So minimum number of applications are available in this desktop, and all the packages are latest because all the packages are pulled from the Git, that is the KDE Git. So you get the latest packages, and the whole system looks very fresh and very responsive and very light, and you see many of the bugs are already fixed because the applications are new, the base applications, the base system is also new, the kernel is also new. So you get the best of the what is available in the KDE desktop. So let us start. I have installed the Garuda KDE-GIT desktop with MS-DOS partitions, no swap, no Zstd, encryption. Zen kernel is there available with the BTRFS file system. BTRFS file system has Z standard compression, and the RAM has Zram compression, and auto snapshots have been enabled. So let us start. We are now spinning the KDE-GIT desktop. So here you can see only the Zen kernel is there by default. No other kernels are there, but you can add. Let us now log in to the KDE desktop. So this is a pretty standard KDE greeter. You get the time, day, date, time on the top. The user and the user password field is in the middle. At the bottom you got sleep, restart, shutdown, and the other option. So let us quickly log in into the system. And here you don't have any options for the onboard keyboard or the graphics server option like X11, or you want to go into the VLAN session. So that is not available. So whatever it is, we will just log in into the system. And we will check out later whether it is X11 or the VLAN session. So the graphics server selection option is not there on the greeter. The standard KDE splash screen is there. So it is very bare minimal ISO. Not many applications are there either from the KDE, from the Garuda, or from the third-party applications. So whenever you start the desktop, the Garuda setup assistant comes up and it will assist you to set up your system. We are not going to touch this right now. I will make some 5-6 videos separately on the different Garuda tools and applications to make the life of the user easy. So those we will do it in another session. Maybe after 2 videos from this desktop, we will have those videos. So do check that out later. And now what we will do is we will cancel this. And after cancelling the Garuda assistant setup, the Garuda welcome screen comes. You can see here all the applications, and at the bottom you can see the Garuda system maintenance done, and it has updated the Garuda keyrings. Now we will come back to Garuda welcome. You can see the standard Garuda tools are available for the user. So user can manage his system, do the system maintenance using all these tools. The access to the Garuda services is given from here. You can contact, you can mix with the other users on the forums using this link. So the links are given for the forum, Telegram, Discord, Element, Twitter, IRC, Relay Chat. And the setup assistant can also be brought up again if you wish by clicking here. So I'm not going in this detail. I will cover each of the application. I will cover separately, just like we did in the NDOS. So you get a very good idea of the Garuda Linux. It is one of the, you can say, very unique and great Linux distributions. They have done a lot of work to make the life of user easy and make Arch Linux accessible to the masses, because what happens is Arch Linux is very difficult to install and it requires a lot of technical knowledge, but Garuda Linux has made it very easy. So the users can focus on their work, on their games. So the gamers can focus on running the games or playing the games. The other users like content creators can better focus on the content creation instead of the doing system maintenance, because in Arch there are a lot of updates come up. There will be some breakages also. Then you have to do, after certain interval of time, you have to do the system maintenance. So that becomes a big core, and many people dislike it, and it is a bit difficult than other Linux distributions to use Arch. So Arch is made easy by the Linux distributions like Arco Linux and Garuda Linux. Even Endeavour is also very user friendly. So these three Linux distributions I recommend to the end users. So you can learn Arch using these three distributions, and once you are intermediate knowledge, then you can start using the pure Arch. So this is the desktop. The standard KDE wallpaper is there. So this is available in other Linux distributions also. At the bottom there is panel. The application launcher is there. System settings is there. This is the, I think some app is there. The link has broken up. This is the Dolphin file manager. This is the micro text editor. We have seen in earlier in other desktops of Garuda Linux that micro text editor is there. This is a terminal based text editor. This is the simple volume control, along with the advanced volume control settings are also available. So you can do the settings for the line in, line out. Different application volume settings can also be done from here. The network manager is there. The notifications area is there. So you will also get notifications from the Garuda system maintenance here. So that's very great on part of the Garuda developer team to include the Garuda system maintenance inside this status and notifications. The calendar is there, and the minimize all minimize all windows is there. So you can directly check out the desktop and reach the desktop. So let us now go over to the applications. So very minimal number of applications are there in development. You can see icon browser, the Qt assistant, designer, linguist, the QD bus viewer, and the user feedback console is given along with the micro text editors. No other applications are there, only this much applications are there. In internet you can see no web browser is provided, only the Hawaii SSH server browser and the VNC server browser is there. So these two browsers are there, no other browsers are there. Then in multimedia section, only the video test utilities are there, capture and test utilities. No media player, no audio player, nothing is given. In settings, the Garuda settings manager is there, system settings, that is the KDE system settings, and the yard settings are there. So yard is nothing but simple GUI to edit the yard settings. So you can use to create GUI for running your script. So the scripts will run in the background depending on the selections you do on the user interface. So that kind of small applications you can prepare, you can develop using the yard. In system section, you got this zero configuration browser, BTRFS assistant, Garuda assistant, Dolphin, Garuda maintenance settings, Garuda welcome, hardware locality ISO topo. Htop is there. Let us check out the htop. You can see just 898 MB of RAM has been used. Only 48 tasks are running and 335 threads are there. So if any typical KDE desktop in other Linux distributions, you can see there are at least 1.1 or 1.2 GB of RAM usage is there. Tasks are around 60, 50, more than 50, or it can be up to 75 tasks are there running, and the threads around 400, 500 threads are there. So here the number of threads and tasks is less, and the CPU usage also you can see here, it is below 3%, so it is very light. Now let us go ahead. So what is space and everything we will check out in the specific videos I will make on the different Garuda applications. The Garuda setup assistant, of course we will do it later. Snapper tools also I will do a separate video, and the suspend hibernate option is given here in the system section. In utilities, only the archive tool, that is ARC, is there, emoji selector, and the micro text editor. So here you can see nothing is provided. It is a bare bones desktop. Only the minimum required applications are given. Now who will prefer to use this desktop? First, if you want to build your desktop, so you can just choose whatever applications you want and install that. So there won't be any bloatware here in this desktop. Plus you are getting the freshest or the latest application packages. KDE based system is also the latest. Everything is latest. Whatever latest is being released in the KDE Git, that will be available to you immediately. And of course the Arch base is there, so Arch is also very latest or very fresh. So the Arch base is fresh, the KDE base is fresh, and you get the latest applications. So all the KDE applications will get latest, and the user applications, if you are using from the Arch, then you will get the latest ones as and when the Arch releases those applications. Plus you can use the AUR, so AUR applications are also available here. You are using the Linux Zen kernel, so Zen kernel is very responsive, it has got low latency, so you will have a very good fantastic time using this desktop. It is very light and fast. Plus I have disabled the Zstd encryption, so that makes it even more faster, because Zstd encryption or the Zstd encryption puts some load on the system, so the hard disk or the solid state hard disk becomes less responsive, because it has to do the encryption and decryption every time we read or write the information to the disk. Then the BTRFS file system is there with the Zstd compression and Zram, so it further improves the performance. Auto snapshots are there. Suppose if anything happens and some of the applications misbehave, or there are some errors or bugs, you can roll back the latest updates, or you can roll back the installation of any application, and that way your system will again come to the good state, and you can reboot and use the corrected system. So that is also there. So self-healing is there. And for which people this KDE minimal desktop is suitable, so if you are a content creator, you can use this desktop, because all the bloatware has been removed, and the Zen kernel is there, the Zram compression, Zstd compression, BTRFS file system is there. So you can have the minimal whatever required applications for the video recording or your audio recording is there. You can install this. You can also install the Pro Audio from the AUR repository, so that again it will further enhance the desktop, and you will have the only applications that you want to use. Rest of the applications you can need not install. So it will be a very specific desktop built for yourself by you only. So that way this is very customizable desktop, and even in this you can say in the default form also it is very responsive. You can just add 5-6 applications and make it usable. For example, if you're in college, you can install some Office suite, some editor files, and latex, or maybe some document creation files, Krita, and then you can create documents for your college. You can take notes, you can create documents for the college, your college submissions. All those things can be also done here. It is very stable, and of course, since there are minimum number of applications, there are very less chances of any bugs creeping up or the system going haywire, or it will giving you trouble. So that also is assured that you will get a stable system, though it is very fresh, but you will get a very stable system. And if anything happens, you can just roll back the changes done to the system in the recent past, because the auto snapshots are there. So on this note, I will stop the video. I have shown you the usage of this Garuda KDE-GIT desktop. It is made for the content creators or people who want to develop or want to build their own desktop. They want the bloatware, they don't want the unnecessary applications. For those, it is there, and it comes with a suite of Garuda applications tools to make the life of the user very easy. And it is, I think, one of the best minimal desktops I have seen. So on that note, I will stop the video here. See you in the next video. Bye bye.